High noon, Patriots Friday. Jones and Keefe. Going to talk to Mike and Wenu next hour. We got the weekend review at 12:45. Oh, you hear that, Keefe?
What do you got? Oh!
Keefe's Keys.
Get the season started right.
To Pats and Raiders. Don't miss it. That's at 1 o'clock sharp. Plus grab bag, which will have our Bozo touchdown parlay.
Yeah. Oh, it's jam-packed.
And the clip du jour as well. Stay tuned for all of it. Real quick before we get into the specifics, we got into this late in the show yesterday. Bill Belichick not allowing scouts at UNC. I've seen people tie that to the news earlier this week that Kraft said Bill's going to get a statue. Do you think the latest news on Bill impacts him getting a statue in any way, shape, or form?
No, I think the way Kraft talked about it, he's going to get a statue.
He's mousetrapped now.
He has to get.
He said when he's done, he's going to put a statue next to Brady.
Didn't say he can't make a tiny one.
Bill
like a little mini statue.
Bill can disinvite all the Patriots scouts because Bill clearly still is like holding a grudge and like I don't believe that Robert Kraft likes Bill Belichick anymore because he said he's getting a statue.
No, he's just like I think
knows. They're frosty.
Well, yeah, but I also think he knows right now, and maybe it took him a little while to get to this point, or maybe somebody told Robert Kraft, they're like, look, you don't need to like punch down at Bill anymore.
Yeah.
If it'll actually play better with the fan base if you like compliment him or throw him a statue or something
you're
like
the
that.
bigger man.
Yeah. And so he got that, and I think people are happy with it. No, he does have the, we'll wait till he's done coaching. It's like he's done coaching in the NFL. You could put a statue up with him. You don't need to wait for 5 years, but whatever. If that's how he wants to go about it. I think also you want to give it a little bit of time. You don't want to have like Tom Brady statue day and then like 3 weeks later, like here he is, Bill Belichick statue day.
And then like how many Bill days are they going to do? They had 10 Brady days.
Space that out a little bit, but yeah, he's going to get one. But no, I don't really tie the two together.
So I guess if you believe that the reason Bill was getting a statue is because things were thawing between Belichick and Kraft, well, then you're a moron. Like I never thought that.
No.
I just thought that's a good way to say it. Kraft no longer has to punch down at Bill Belichick because it is punching down. It is. Bill would never perceive it that way. Bill thinks he's above Robert, which I would say for the most part in his NFL career, he was more important to the dynasty than Kraft.
Sure.
Neither one were anywhere close to as important as Tom Brady, but he was more important than Kraft.
Yeah.
It's now punching down at Bill. Bill's getting smoked on national TV at the University of North Carolina by the unranked TCU Horned Frogs, and he is shunning the NFL. The NFL doesn't want him back. Like, I don't know if that's a Kendrick Bourne level, release me, I quit.
No.
Versus we're going to cut you anyway sort of situation, but it is punching down. That's all it is. Yeah. Robert's just trying to take the higher road. There's no thawing between the two.
No, definitely not. And like this latest Bill Belichick thing, because we got it right at the end of our show yesterday, but this latest thing about not letting the Patriots scouts see practice at North Carolina, it's sad. Like, because Bill has become a punchline. Like, people are making fun of Bill, and it's like, wow, how quickly that has changed. Going from, like, the guy that would just snort at you, and everybody that didn't have to deal with him was like, oh, isn't that hilarious? Those that did just kind of, like, dealt with it because they was winning all the time. And you're talking about him being the greatest NFL coach of all time. And then Brady leaves. The thing falls apart. He's dating a girl who's 24 years old. He's got these pictures. Did you see the TCU players after the game?
Yeah,
in the end zone?
The fish one? They were reenacting the Jordan.
So you have other players making fun of Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So, like, is Bill Belichick a draw? You would think any former NFL coach would be a big draw as a high school, like a top recruit in high school.
Belichick got to call for his girlfriend.
Instead,
Belichick going to talk to his girlfriend.
That's the guy who had the pick six for TCU.
So all these like 20-year-olds now are just laughing at you, and then on top of that, the players you do have, I assume they're there because they think you can get them ready for the NFL, maybe better than anybody else. Nobody's been in the NFL longer than Bill.
Yep.
And what does he do? He makes it harder for NFL scouts to see his players. Now, I look at this as maybe a good thing for the Patriots. I don't want anybody off of that team. I don't think they want to scout. If they drafted a North Carolina Tar Heel after that, I'm good.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, like, those kids are all there with the idea, hey, maybe I can go pro. That's why I'm playing for Bill Belichick. And if you're already crossing off one of the 32 teams, like, they're not going to come take a look at you. Or, like, hey, maybe what a great tiebreaker that is. If a scout's there, you have an unbelievable visit, practice, whatever, and it matches up, and it comes down to draft day, and they're down between two prospects. They're like, hey, remember when we were at North Carolina? That kid really stood out. We were impressed by this, that, and the other thing, and we take him. You remove that? So now if I'm a player in North Carolina, I'm like, look, Bill, I love a grudge too. I'm glad that you hate the Patriots. You thought they did you dirty. That's fine. Honestly, that's fine. Until it starts affecting the players on the team. Like, that's insane.
Well, and it's so short-sighted because players might get pissed off. Like a guy who's a senior at UNC. I don't have a good example. I don't know the roster. It blows.
Jerry Stackhouse.
But a guy who's a senior at UNC, and Bill's not letting scouts come scout him for a potential next job. So, like, even a junior, maybe a junior is a better example, an underclassman. Like, scouts can come get a look at me. Well, if Bill's turning away scouts, maybe I'll go into the transfer portal, which half the NCAA
they
already
do anyway,
does.
So it's hard to know if that's the
also,
reason, but yeah.
You better believe
this
story is red meat to anybody recruiting against Mike Lombardi and Bill Belichick in the ACC or the Southeast in general. Like, any other school is going to tell these kids, oh, UNC is on your list? You know, did you hear, by the way, they don't let scouts in there?
Yeah.
And whether they're stretching the truth or what, I mean,
but like the
it's
part of that's
recruiting.
Real. Yeah.
So get ready for that. You're thinking about UNC. You know, by the way, I don't know if you saw this. They don't let scouts in there to get a look at you. I don't know how you feel about going there. Yeah. And so it's going to kill Bill from a recruiting standpoint, from a roster building standpoint. And he thinks he's holding a grudge against the Patriots when in reality, no one probably wants his crappy players anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Like, they're not very talented as shown on national television. But it is one of those, like, hey, this is going to hurt the Patriots. Like, no, you're hurting your own players more, and then vis-a-vis yourself. Because that's going to, even if you have a few good players, and I know we're not talking about, like, Ohio State's roster or anything like that, but even some of your good players might kind of read the room and be like, all right, I'll go somewhere else. There's so many choices and options out there. You don't even have to leave the state to join another team that's, D1 and in the same conference. You have plenty of options to go to. And then I think... But maybe a bigger red flag would be these, like, top prospects that are currently in high school. They hear about all this, and they're sitting in a room with, Ryan Day and Dabo Sweeney and all these guys. And then you're right, they just throw that in their face. So, like, yeah, I know Bill's been in the NFL a long time, but do you know how many NFL guys we have? Do you know how many scouts come through here? Like, the relationship we have with NFL teams. So, yeah, it just seems like a huge mistake on his part.
Don't they have till week 3 to redshirt and then they can just transfer?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get news of players doing that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know the timeline to answer your question.
I think that because didn't the UNLV guy do it last year after his
he
money?
didn't get paid.
That clown.
Well, they didn't pay him. I don't blame that kid. They're like, hey, we'll give you $150,000 or whatever, and he's like, cool. And they're like, he's like, hey, I haven't gotten any of that. They're like, yeah, just keep playing.
And then he abandoned his team. Where's he now, by the way?
Oh, NFL. Starting tonight for the Chiefs.
This is good. Christy in the Twitch chat says, Bill's my guy, but this is a douche move.
Yeah.
That's responded to by Monty Mack, who says, I'm not sure I even believe it. Well, here's the latest reporting.
He fake news them?
Yeah.
Fake news.
Doug Kide of the Boston Herald says, multiple sources confirm Bill Belichick has banned Patriots scouts from UNC practices. Here's the quote. This is awesome. From a UNC athletic source.
Yeah.
Why would we let them in our home after how he's been treated since he left? Why would we let him Patriot scouts after Robert carried on Apple TV?
Know.
Is that the point?
Maybe think of your players? Guess not.
Yeah,
so you're not even doing that?
Maybe it's not all about you, Brett. Maybe it's about the program and the kids at your school. It's not professional sports anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's turning into. I mean, some of these athletes are compensated.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go too far with that. But, like, maybe it's about the 20-year-olds on your roster and not just about you, Bill. Did you ever think about that?
But their big pitch, Bill Belichick, Mike Lombardi, North Carolina, was we're the 33rd NFL team.
We're going to run it like an NFL program.
It's like, well, no, there's already Ohio State, Texas, Alabama. There's all these other teams that are actually the 33rd team, but whatever. You want to pretend that you are. You're not a basketball school. But this is another one. This is from the ESPN story.
Oh, no. This is great.
North Carolina, and they're like, he's banned the Patriots from the staff. So ESPN reached out and talked with North Carolina football general manager Michael Lombardi, who said, quote, good luck, and then hung up the phone. UNC also declined comment. So ESPN's reporters reached out to both Michael Lombardi and the school, and all they got out of that was a good luck.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Mike Lombardi?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, at least they got him on the phone. We couldn't even do that.
That's true.
Well,
I guess technically we could have.
Well, no, we could have. We couldn't ask any questions about North Carolina.
No Bill Belichick questions.
I'm sorry. No questions about Bill. You're right. I'm sorry. North Carolina questions we could ask.
You're like, because you're super interesting other than that.
Nothing about Bill.
No, we couldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, your whole livelihood is based on Bill Belichick, Mike Lombardi.
It's basically in the title of his book.
Yeah.
but
good luck.
Yeah.
Click. Like, honestly, I almost respect that.
Yeah.
I almost respect that. He's like, hey, look, I'm not saying anything about Bill here.
Do you think when he answered the phone, he was hoping
luck.
it was somebody else? It's like, oh, this could be good news. It's like somebody's calling me. Hello.
Click.
They're like, hey, we want to talk about that story about the band Scouts.
Click.
Good luck. It's not going great for them.
No, it's not. This goes back to, we didn't even talk about this on Tuesday, I don't believe. But I rolled my eyes at it when I saw it. People, all the usual suspects were like, "Oh, Bill is back! Look at him!" He didn't release.
Sure.
He didn't release a depth chart going into the TCU game. Remember, people show up.
Yeah. No, that's so stupid.
Media members show up.
Yeah.
And I was only thinking about it from a media standpoint. Media members show up. They go to the game. They get their too deep for UNC, and it's blank. And people are like,
Hilarious.
"Yeah, Bill's back. That's my coach."
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I rolled my eyes at it. I'm like, this is just a typical hardo, look at me, make it all about yourself, Bill Belichick move. Like, you can't put out a too deep. Why?
Well, because, less is more, I guess.
It turns out that isn't just a media thing, and I didn't really think this through. I just thought about it from a media standpoint. The scouts are also there looking for a two deep. And now you have scouts coming in. This isn't just Patriots scouts.
No, all scouts.
Who they don't let into the facility.
Yeah, even the ones they do let in, they can't get a depth chart.
So they look at it and they try to get a depth chart, and they're like, who the hell's even on this team?
And I think they practice without numbers. I think UNC practices without numbers, so you can't see you can't tell what you're looking at anyway.
Yeah, well, he wants to make you earn your number. Don't you understand?
Well, he never knows when somebody might be filming him.
Yeah.
Right? He's got to be worried about that. You don't want Charlotte showing up there with a rogue cameraman.
It's just all this stuff is just getting exposed.
I think I'd like to amend my 8-4 record for North Carolina. I think I'd like to knock that down.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Based on this?
Well, yeah, I just think it speaks to like the whole. Or like, so where's his?
Trust me, I
where's
think
his attention?
I thought you were way high on 8-4, anyways. But
Yeah,
I'm
it was
surprised-
high.
I'm surprised
Drugs.
this is the line in the sand that you're drawing.
Well, no, it just adds to it.
Yeah.
Like, how focused is he on North Carolina? If he's like taking Snapchats with Jordan,
He's not.
and he's
he's
not, at
not,
all.
and he hasn't.
Yeah.
been. He's collecting a check.
I
He's
just thought-
Keefe, he's collecting the only check he was going to get given.
No, that's
he's
true.
collecting the only check he was offered. That's
But
all
part of
he's
me was
doing.
thinking, I'm like, all right, you take, even if it is a past his prime Bill Belichick, let's say it's 70% of what Bill once was, and maybe that's generous. I still thought that'd be an advantage in the college game, going up against the likes of TCU, Charlotte, Richmond, that kind of thing. It may not be. It may not be. And you don't usually see this with coaches as much as you do with players. Like, he's now entering in, like, Peyton Manning's last season in the league. He shouldn't have been in the league. They didn't have it anymore. And that's, I know, more of a physical thing than like a mental thing, but yeah, I don't think Bill's necessarily equipped to be running a full college team.
No, he's
Like,
collecting.
this is what he's worried about?
He's collecting a check to pay back all the money he owes Jordan for all the
Yeah.
property. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing. By the
He
way,
could be a good landlord.
also in the ESPN story, yeah, he's got future properties to buy
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
He's got to collect a check somehow.
Yeah.
2 NFL scouts who work for other teams told ESPN that North Carolina, under Belichick's leadership, offer limited access to all NFL personnel. Okay,
Good.
so not just the Patriots scouts are not allowed there.
Keep them out.
But they're limiting access to all NFL personnel. Clubs are allowed to speak only with Fitzy Jourdain.
Fitzy? Talk to Fitzy about
He's
it?
talking to Fitzy. Fitzy Jourdain is the Tar Heels pro liaison. So he is the liaison to all the pro football teams.
The liaison.
Sounds like he's doing a good job.
Yeah, great.
When's
When's the Hulu thing come out, in all seriousness?
Great question. I don't know. I can't wait to watch it.
What a train wreck this could be.
Clubs are only allowed to speak with Fitzy. And UNC's college relations website says that, quote unquote, scouts will have zero access to coaches or other personnel people, according to the 2 scouts who spoke to ESPN.
Well, because honestly, Bill's... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the term, quote unquote, zero access appears 3 times on UNC's college relations website, a page accessible only to NFL personnel. One scout said NFL personnel are only able to watch 3 periods of practice at UNC. So they're kicking them out like they're media members. This is what they do with media members. You get to watch stretching like a quick walkthrough thing, and then media gets kicked out.
Yeah.
Bill's treating scouts in the NFL from all teams, not just the Patriots, like media members.
Like they work for the North Carolina Observer or whatever. Yeah.
They're allowed to watch 3 periods of practice. Each college program varies in access to NFL personnel, but the scouts said that many programs allow scouts to watch full practices. Quote, can't think of another school with a statement of zero access, one scout told ESPN.
So that's what I want as like a college kid that's trying to make the NFL. I want my coach to have a grudge against the whole league.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. He's mostly mad at the Patriots, which I get. But over the last 2 years, Bill's been available, and there's been, 14 job openings? Like, let's say almost half the league has kind of come open.
Probably right, yeah.
He only had an interview with the Falcons, didn't get that job, and then all the rest of the league didn't even give him a sniff. So if you want to look at it that way, half the league, give or take, has had an opportunity to hire Bill. Only one team interviewed him and passed up on him. So really, if he's mad at the Patriots, then fine. You know me. I like a grudge. I'm not going to stop a guy from a grudge, but he's probably mad at the whole league. And that is not a good thing if you're a football player in North Carolina.
The hatred towards Bill at EEI is out of this world. Pathetic.
Well, I think he's turned himself into such a joke.
Pathetic. That's the Twitch chat saying that.
Yeah.
Pathetic is the word for what? Who's more pathetic? Who's more pathetic right now? Bill?
Yeah.
Telling scouts to get out of here and treating them like the media and gum on the bottom of his shoe.
Yeah.
Or us just calling it out. What's more pathetic?
It is his girlfriend trademarking Gold Digger so she can sell keychains.
This is a good text too. No distractions other than Jordan, social media, and Hulu.
Yeah, but you take those out.
But no distractions otherwise.
In this story about how you're blackballing scouts. Take that. Do you think they'll cover that in the Hulu doc?
My sense is no.
Probably
My
not.
sense is they probably glaze over the TCU game in general.
I would imagine there's not a lot of TCU game in there.
No, I wouldn't. Maybe the first drive.
First drive? And it cuts away?
I bet they cover the first drive. And then they move on.
Is there more to that game?
I bet they really highlight Brad Johnson's kid. Great comeback story. Came in, slung a touchdown pass. I bet they highlight that. And then they move along, and we're going to get a lot of Charlotte highlights coming up next week, which, by the way,
must win.
Oh, yeah.
It's a must win.
But did you see what the line is on that?
It was 16.5, right?
It was.
What's it now?
13.5.
Oh, my
It was
stars.
I believe it opened at 21 or 22, the look-ahead line.
Holy mackerel.
It was 16.5 earlier this week. I just double-checked. 13.5.
Kind of want to take Charlotte.
To win outright?
Maybe. That's got to be good on the money line, right?
I think it's
a little sprinkle.
I kind of think it's a Carolina buying opportunity because I know exactly how this is going to go. They're going to win their next three, overmatched opponents.
They're not very good, though.
No, they're not, but they're going to win their next.
You see their quarterback play?
I know how this is going to go. They're going to win their.
It stinks.
They're going to win their next three. They're going to beat up on non-1A, non-FBS level opponents.
Charlotte, Richmond, Central Florida.
So two of those. I'm sorry, or FBS. Yeah. Central Florida is a 1A program.
No, Charlotte's American.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, so I take
They're
that back.
American, and Richmond is,
Let's stick to overmatched opponents then. They're going to win their next three.
Only plus 400 for Charlotte. So.
People are going to buy in.
Okay.
Going into that Clemson game, and they are going to get curb stomped by Clemson. That's what's going to
tap out of that.
So I can already see how that's going to go. But is it a must win? Yeah. No, it's a must win for Bill. I actually think down to 13.5. That's kind of a buying opportunity.
They got at least two more ESPN night games. They play.
Can they flex those out?
They play. Well, one of them starts at 10:30 at night at Cal Berkeley on Friday the 17th of October, and then on Halloween, they play at Syracuse 7:30.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be wrapping up trick or treating, dump out all the candy on the floor, watch a little Bill Belichick take on the orange.
Syracuse will already be up by 14.
Oh, that's probably true.
The Qs can score.
That's true.
Bill loves Halloween though.
Yeah.
So I imagine he'll be super focused for that game.
Who doesn't love trick or treat?
What's their couple's costume?
Oh, good question.
Oh God, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Their public one or their private one? I wonder what they're
wearing.
I don't
know if anything is private.
Wearing around the house. That's a good point. 617-779-7937. Bob's in Londonderry waiting very patiently. If we could pot him up on our Jeremy Swayman discussion. Go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead, Bob.
Bob, hello?
Take that left. And then
he's not ready to go. He says Swayman will be a failure, which I wouldn't bank on this year.
No, I mean,
Bill failure? Yeah. Swayman, no.
That's happening. Yeah, no, I think the Swayman one, I'll go in cautiously optimistic that he has a much different season than last year. He's a bit of a wild card personality-wise, but that doesn't mean he can't be a good player.
That's true.